Guys, this is Basketball Star 1130. So the NFL draft is 4 days away. I cannot wait. It's at 8 o'clock. It's on ABC, ESPN, and NFL Network, so you can watch it on 3 different channels. Your choice. But it's 4 days away. I can't wait. I'll be doing a lot of content leading up to it. I'll be doing a lot of content the day of. A lot of NFL draft recaps, winners, losers after the draft, but I'm here today to talk about the Buffalo Bills. This NFL draft is key for the Buffalo Bills. They signed 19 free agents. They signed 19 free agents this offseason. So some of their, I'm going to go over their top 5 needs. And in this video also, I will be going over some guys that they could draft from those needs. So at number 5, we have running back. They signed LaShawn McCoy and Frank Gore are free agents this offseason, and they need youth. They cut Chris Ivory, but they need to insert some youth into that. They don't need to go days 1 or 2. They can go days 3, rounds 4 through 7. I'll be fine with that. Number 4 need is wide receiver. That was their number 1 need for me before they signed Cole Beasley and John Brown and that really good wide receiver from the CFL. And they have Robert Foster. I think Zay Jones could be part of a trade in the NFL draft. I've heard some rumors about that. He could. He's disappointed, in my opinion. Their number 3 draft need is tight end. I know they signed Jake Fisher from the Bengals and Tyler Croft from the Bengals, but those two are really good run blockers. They need a receiving tight end. They need a big body receiving tight end that can go up and get it. Tight ends are crucial in today's NFL offenses. Number 2 need is defensive tackle. The Kyle Williams retired. Obviously, they got Harrison Phillips, Star Lotulelei. Star Lotulelei was kind of a flop last year. Hopefully, he can turn around. And they re-signed Jordan Phillips to a one-year deal. The Miami Dolphins released Jordan Phillips in the middle of last season, and the Bills picked him up, and they re-signed him to a one-year deal. He was a really good addition. He obviously is great at run stopping. His pass defense needs some work, but he's not a really good covering linebacker, and coverage defensive tackle, and that's okay. We need him just for run stop. So we got a lot of depth at that defensive tackle position, but not a lot of standout guys. Look for Harrison Phillips to stand up. But we still need that standout pass rush defensive tackle guy. And my number 1 need is offensive line. I know they signed 6 offensive line. No, I think the left side of the offensive line is set, especially guards. Our guards on our offensive line are set. We signed left guard Quentin Spain, but we need to draft some more established offensive linemen to complete. That offensive line was horrible last year. We lost Jordan Mills to the Bengals in free agency, so he wasn't a big part, but we lost him. So we need to bulk up that offensive line to protect Josh Allen, to give him time to throw, to let him, be in his zone. So now I will be talking about some of the prospects that the Bills can draft. So my number 5 need was running back. I think Benny Snell from Kentucky is a very good option. He's a very good versatile player. He stood out this season. I really liked him at Kentucky. He was very efficient. Lots of yards. He's hit the hole. Another option is Bryce Love from Stanford. He's coming off a torn ACL. Teams are saying they're scared of his stiffness in his knee. I think he'll be okay. We don't need to rush him in. Good years at Stanford. He played another year. Heisman contender last year. I think he'll be a round 6 or 7 guy. We can get him in the late rounds. I think another option would be Miles Sanders from Penn State. He's a powerful back. He's got a lot of experience. He was Saquon Barkley's backup last year, and this past year he was the starter, so I think he'll go in rounds 4 or 5. He could go as early as 3, but I hope he drops to the Bills. Very powerful. Another option for the Bills at running back would be Justice Hill from Oklahoma State. He's very powerful. He had an outstanding NFL combine. I think his range is rounds 4 to round 6. Running backs are always pushed back every year, but I really hope the Bills get him. He's speedy. He hits the hole very well. That Oklahoma State offense is very weird. Now on to my number 4 position need, wide receiver. And obviously DK Metcalf, they've been looking at very closely. The thing that's scary about him is if you look at his tape, he's only a sideline guy. He struggles with that intermediate game and short game, and he runs with like 4 or 5 routes. That's only a downside of him, but he is a titan. He ran a 4.33 for his side. Now we got Marquise Brown from Oklahoma. He is very speedy, very good catches on the sideline. He's good at everything. That Oklahoma offense was very electric and efficient last year because they had Kyler Murray, and they had Rodney Anderson, running back. They had Marquise Brown as the highlight at wide receiver. He did not have a good game at all in their playoff game against Alabama, but hopefully he can change that. Now we got Paris Campo as another option at wide receiver from Ohio State. His quarterback was Dwayne Haskins, so obviously he's going to get a lot of catches. He sometimes runs some weird routes, but I think he'll have a good NFL career. He probably will go in the mid-second round, at the latest early third. There's some first-round talk, but I don't believe that hype. It's just smoke, I think. He'll go mid-second round to early third. He's a very talented wide receiver, and his teammate Terry McLaurin is good. The last receiver I'm going to mention here is another Ole Miss guy, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf's teammate. A.J. Brown is probably the best run-after-catch wide receiver in this class. He's very efficient run-after-catch, very speedy after the catch, gets a lot of touchdowns. He's very efficient. He pretty much does everything. Maybe he didn't get as much attention as DK Metcalf, but I think he's better all-around receiver than DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf's sideline, A.J. Brown can do intermediate, short, sideline, whatever you want. Yeah. Now on to my number 3 position of need, tight end. So we got TJ Hawkinson from Iowa. He's a great pass blocking. He can really block very well, run and pass. He has some drops sometimes, but I think he's the top tight end in this class. The Bills will have to think about taking him at number 9, but he blocks very well. He's good all around. Receiving is a little touchy. Sometimes he has drops like I mentioned, but he's very efficient and yeah. Now we got another tight end from Iowa, TJ Hawkins' teammate, Noah Fant. I think Noah Fant is the better receiving tight end than TJ Hawkins, and he can block too, but Noah Fant's specialty is really go up and get it, and that's what the Bills need. They can trade back and still get him probably, but the people in analysts are saying that Noah Fant is the next Rob Gronkowski, just how he's built and how he can go up and get it, and his receiving ability is a little down on the blocking, but I wouldn't go that far, but he's very good at receiving. Next, we got Jay Sternberger from Texas A&M. The thing about him is he doesn't really stand out in any areas, but he's very good all around. He's very good all around. I don't think he's the number 9 pick. I think he's a late round talent. He could go anywhere from round 3 to late round 5, even maybe early round 6. I think that he's worth taking a chance on. He can do everything very good. Like I said, nothing that stands out. He's very, very efficient. Good. He was involved in Texas A&M's offense heavily. I think he will shine in the NFL. Last tight end I'm mentioning here is Irv Smith Jr. from Alabama. He was consistent all year. Again, just like Jay Sternberger, he doesn't do anything well. But, he doesn't do anything well, but he's very consistent all around. He's maybe not the tallest, he's maybe not the most athletic, but he can go up and get it sometimes. I think he'll go late second round, maybe early third. Now on to my number 2 position of need for the Buffalo Bills, defensive tackle. First one I'm mentioning here is Ed Oliver from Houston. I think a lot of people are penciling him in at number 9, but and that's a good pick, I think. I'll be very happy. He was triple teamed in Houston, and he still shedded the blocks, the offensive line. He is a freak of nature. He didn't play in the bowl game because he sat out. They said he had a little bit of an injury, but that doesn't concern me. He was resting. Yeah. Next defensive tackle we got is Christian Wilkins from Clemson. That Clemson defensive line was dominant, maybe the best in college football history, and all 4 of them are coming out at once. So, obviously, I think Christian Wilkins has maybe the highest upside out of the 4 in the NFL. He's very dominant. He's instinctive. He pressures the quarterback. He's a great defensive tackle. I think the Bills can trade back from 9 and still get him. If they miss on Ed Oliver, I'll still be happy with Christian Wilkins. He has a lot of experience. Next, we got another one of that great Clemson defensive line. Christian Wilkins' teammate, Dexter Lawrence. He's just a straight up run stopper. He doesn't get much pressure on the quarterback because he's big. He's not very fast, but that's because of his size. But for his size, he can really do a bunch of run stopping. Blocking him is very hard because he's so big. He did not play in the playoff game against Notre Dame and the championship against Alabama because of a drug test. Last defensive tackle I got is Rashawn Gary from Michigan. He can play the defensive end spot, the nose tackle spot, or the D tackle spot, but I like him at defensive tackle. If you look at his stats, they're not eye-popping. They're not that impressive. He doesn't get sacks. He doesn't get hits. I don't think he'll have many sacks in his rookie season, but he affects the game in so many ways. I saw him got double-teamed, even triple-teamed sometimes. He struggled at times, but he's just dominant, even if he doesn't have that good of stats, but he affects the game in other ways. He's very dominant. Again, he affects the games without having stats. Stats isn't everything. You can affect the games in other ways. I think he'll be very dominant I think he can go mid-first round. Now on to my number one position need for the Buffalo Bills, offensive line. They need to get better. So the best offensive lineman in this draft is Jawaan Taylor from Florida. He did not play in a bowl game because of an injury because of an injury, but he'll be very good at the NFL level. I think he will play tackle. Guard does not suit him at all. He's better built for tackle. He will be a great tackle in the NFL. I would not be mad if the Bills picked him at number 9, but the Jaguars could pick him at 7 or the Lions at 8. Next, we got Jonah Williams from Alabama. He can play anywhere in the offensive line, tackle, guard. I've even seen he had some experience at center, but I think he is best suited at tackle or guard. He can play either one. He doesn't play center very well, but obviously tackle or guard. He has a lot of experience at Alabama protecting Jalen Hurts and then Tua Tagovailoa. I think he came out of college at the right time. He has a lot of experience. I think he'll be a late first round, maybe early second, but he's got a lot of talent for someone to pass up on, so I think some team will take him. Next, we got Andre Dillard from Washington State. I think he'll play tackle in the NFL. Maybe the Bills can trade back and still get him. I think 9 might be a little bit of a reach, but I don't think it will surprise too many people, including me, if he goes to number 9. I've seen some mocks that have us drafting him at number 9, so that would be that's a safe pick, I think. I think the latest he goes is early second because there's a lot of offensive line depth in this draft, so he might get pushed back, but good, solid pick, a lot of experience. He blocks very well. Defenders can't really shed him. The only thing is he didn't go up against the best of competition, but now in the NFL he'll go up against a lot of competition. I think he's a very good pick, good blocker. Last prospect I'm going to talk about in this video and last offensive lineman is Cody Ford from Oklahoma. He blocked for Kyler Murray, so obviously he was very good. I was thinking about Greg Little from Ole Miss, but Cody Ford is more established. Some people say he can play guard, but I think he's more suited as a tackle. He's got a wide range of where he could get drafted. I think he could go anywhere from mid-first, maybe even early first to mid-second, maybe even late second. This is a good safe pick. He'll take a little while to develop, but that's okay. He's a rookie, very established. He blocked for Kyler Murray, and he blocks for Kyler Murray, could get out to Marquise Brown. Cody Ford, very established. Offensive line depth in this class is very good, so you'll get what you want from the offensive lineman. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Tell me what you guys think. I will be having a lot of NFL Draft content this week. NFL Draft is Thursday, 8 p.m. on ABC, ESPN, and NFL Network. This is Basketball Star 1130. Bye.